Zulu yobomi, Zulu yemfihlakalo.
Mathonga mahle Camagu.
Njengoba sizophuma, hambela
Mathonga
phambili.
mahle Camagu.
Camagu, Thokozani, Molweni, Dumelang. Hi, I am Gogo Kwakhanya, and I welcome you to your safe space where healing is made accessible. If you are new here, please do stick around, and if you enjoy the content, feel free to subscribe, like, share, comment, as well as turn on those notification bells. And if you aren't new, well, you know the drill. I've got incense in hand. We're cleansing our space, allowing only positive energy to be present with us as we discuss. As you can see from the title of this video, we're going to be discussing candle flames and their meanings. So, I will be addressing steady flame, weak flame, strong flame, dancing flame, flickering flame, crackling flame, as well as what does it mean when your candle won't switch on and what does it mean when your candle won't switch off. Okay, so let's get into it, right? So a steady flame. A steady flame means that your guides are present and are listening. However, you will need to continue putting in effort to what you're asking. Thus, your requests will take time, but they aren't opposed to it. Meaning, keep going, keep praying, or carry on uphahla, and you shall receive an answer to your request or your prayer or whatever you're speaking on. All right, that's a steady flame. Now moving on to your weak flame. A weak flame, on the other hand, signals your request is heard, but it has been declined. However, if what you're requesting is very important, you can try convince your guides further, and the candle might increase in strength over time, but right now your timing is off. And then moving along to your strong candle flame, which signifies a positive and enthusiastic response. What you have asked for or spoken about has been heard clearly and it has been received well. So we want that strong flame when we are asking and we are requesting things, when we're having a discussion with our guides and the higher power. That's what we are hoping for. And then comes your dancing flame. Your dancing flame speaks on high energetic presence, which can be broken down into two interpretations. The first one is a large dancing flame, and then the second one is a small dancing flame. So now let's break down the first type, which is your large dancing flame. Your large dancing flame speaks about powerful energy to succeed, meaning whatever you're asking for, the energy is enthusiastic, they're here for it, they want it, go ahead, keep going, keep asking. It's going to succeed, it's going to go well. That is the meaning of a large dancing flame. Whereas a small dancing flame means that the powerful energies are working against you. So the powerful energies that are present aren't in favor of what you're asking. They're standing in the way, they're blocking the doorway of you that's going to allow you to go forward, to carry on, to move forward and receive success in what you're asking for. But with the second one, it is important to take a break from what you're requesting and ask your guides to provide clarity on these forces working against you, because at times it might not be your enemy. Important. It might not be your enemy, but your guides passionately disagreeing with your request. So it's important to go back to the drawing board, ask them for clarity, stop what you're requesting at that moment and just find out what is it that you're opposing exactly. What is it about what I'm requesting or what I'm discussing here that you don't like or that you disagree with? disagree with, and so that you can either move forward or you can fix your ways and figure out another way or a better way to go about things. So that is your dancing flame. Now, on to your flickering flame. Your flickering flame speaks more towards your religious or church spirits, meaning it is more of an announcement of their presence as well as the success in your prayer. Meaning it would be a great idea to take out a notepad and a pen to see what spirit has to say to you. So during this time, you'll find that you just have a notepad with you and you'll just start writing whatever comes to mind during that time, and you're going to find that whatever you've written down is an answer that you've been seeking, a response from them. So it's important when you do see your flickering flame, take out your notepad and your pen and get writing. They've got something to say. And moving on to your crackling flame. Your crackling flame signifies active communication and interference from a third-party entity. So it's also advised with this flame to have a notepad and a pen out to write down what messages Spirit has for you. So when it comes to an interruption from a third party, it's similar as a small dancing flame, meaning you need to go back to the drawing board. Seek clarity as to what is this third party? What does it have to do with what I'm asking about? Why is it in the way? Why is it present? Because sometimes a third party might not be negative. It might be maybe a spirit that you haven't recognized, a spirit you aren't aware of. So seeking clarity on those things is also going to give you clarity on your request and why is that particular third party present when it comes to that particular conversation or topic of discussion that you are speaking with your guides. So it's very important to go back to the drawing board, seek clarity before you continue with whatever you're requesting or your prayer when you're dealing with a crackling flame. And that is that. Now, moving on to what does it mean when a candle doesn't want to light or doesn't want to go off? So let's find out. So, a candle that won't light. This indicates a blockage or your intentions going into prayer or whatever the case might be might not happen the way you'd like. You are asked to reevaluate and come back at another time, meaning the timing is off. There's a blockage. So take some time off and come back at another time. So with this particular case, maybe you usually pray at 10 o'clock and then you decide today you're going to pray at 8 o'clock and your candle won't switch on. So it's about establishing routines with your guides. They know when to expect you. They expect you at 10. 10 maybe is a spiritually significant time for you and your guides. So hence, come back at a later time. Or perhaps your intentions aren't correct, or your heart isn't in the right place at the moment you are praying or seeking advice and guidance. Maybe you're entering that sacred space and sacred communication with a heavy heart, or you're extremely angry and upset. So entering with such strong and passionate emotions might not be the best choice or the best timing. So it's asking you to step back, take a moment, be present in your emotions, be present in what you're going through, sit down with yourself and then come back at a later time. And if that's not the case, your intentions, did you set your intentions? Do you know what you're going there to? Like, you're not just going to call them, you're not going to call your guides just for the sake of calling them. You're not going to speak to them just for the sake of speaking to them. Yes, having a good relationship with your guides where there's constant communication is advised, but just having a conversation when there are pressing matters that perhaps you're supposed to be discussing and talking about is important. Be clear as to why is it that I'm praying today? What is it that I'm praying for? What is it that I'm asking? Why do I desire? What would I like to talk about with my guides? So it's about what is your intention. If there's ill intention towards you entering the space of prayer or communicating with your guides, it's asking you to reevaluate that and come back at a later time. Now we're talking about what does it mean when your candle won't go off. So when your candle won't go off, it happens perhaps you missed something during your prayer or your communication with your guides, and as a result, it's saying, wait a minute, we aren't done. We are not done. You forgot something. It's either you missed a message from them or you forgot to say something to them. So it's asking you to take a moment and think, what have I missed? Or if you are praying and maybe you cut your prayer short, continue praying. Continue praying. Don't forget something. It's going to come. It's coming. You aren't done yet. Keep on going. That is the meaning of that candle that refuses to switch off. And in this case, it's simply saying, don't force the candle to switch off if it doesn't want to go off. So meaning if you can't remember or you just don't know what is it that you're supposed to be taking from this, what message you've missed, or what's that one thing that you've missed to talk about, don't switch it off. Don't switch off your candle. Maybe leave it on for a while. But please, if you're leaving your candle on for a while and you're not going to be present in that space, just make sure it's in a safe space. Nothing's going to catch on fire and so forth. The environment is safe for you to leave it on. And you might find that when you do come back, it'll switch off. It could possibly have been that they just want to spend more time with you and connect with you, so they're not ready to leave yet. So don't force it. So that's what it's about. So in conclusion, we've come to an end of episode 2, which was candle flames and their meaning. And next week I'll be unpacking the various candle flame colors and their meanings, which will be followed by a video on what it means when the wax of the candle drips in certain ways. So in some instances, the wax drips on the left side, it drips, or there's a clean burn. Whatever the case might be, we are going to be unpacking that. And if you haven't seen my previous video on candle colors and their meanings, please do check it out. It's going to provide a full and holistic understanding on the purpose of candles. What are they? How can you utilize them to the best of your advantage? And overall, I hope you did enjoy my content. And if you did, please do like, share, comment, subscribe, and turn on those notification bells. See you next week. Camagu.
Zulu yobomi, Zulu yemfihlakalo.